Jethro. I am super intrigued to know what it must be like being a son to the beautiful Pauline. Tell me what it's like in your life, how you've been brought up.
Well, it's probably very different. It's interesting. I've been brought up with lots of trust and responsibility. So it's definitely interesting on how she does bring me up. So I'm very independent, and that's thanks to Mum, but I don't need her to entertain me. I find my own little things to do. She probably doesn't want to entertain me anyway, so
Probably more to the point.
yeah, so she trusts me enough, and I'm responsible enough, I think, to look after myself. I make my own meals when she's working. If she's out one night working, I can be by myself and she trusts me by myself. So it's definitely made me, how she works a lot and how she doesn't entertain me, it's definitely made me try to find things to do. But I'm very grateful for that, for it does prepare me for the future when I do have to do my own things, make my own food and live by myself. So I started knitting, like I've been knitting for a while. I'm not too good yet, but
yes, you are. You're better than me.
So I just make little creatures and always looking for different projects. Like sometimes I started knitting a little cardigan, so that was really cool. So I also started learning French. So Mum not trying to entertain me or me not being reliant on her has then made me look for things to do. So all that stuff. I love to create, so that's thanks to Mum, but also, well, probably not. That's not a part of my life that I bring into school. So neither do they. They don't talk about what's happening, how they're brought up, but I can definitely observe how they observe and how they see different things. I'm also find that I'm a lot more self-sufficient and have a bit more common sense. So I can do not to toot my own horn, but I can do lots of the other things that the other kids can't do. So I just find it a bit easier, not only book smarts, but just how I do things in general at school. So I feel like that's definitely a reflection of how I'm brought up.
That I bring my children up to be as independent as possible. My daughter is 15, Jethro is 11. It's important that I prepare them for the big world so that they can hold their own. And it's not about being regimented. Discipline, the word discipline derives from the word disciple. A constant student of life. And I see so many parents now who have this need to be needed, and so they bring up their children to need them, and they create a codependent relationship that is not going to put their kids in good stead in the future. And so I've taught my kids how to cook. Of course they have to contribute to how to clean, but I don't want to entertain them. I'm not the entertainer. I've got stuff to do. And so they entertain themselves. Radical parenting. Radical for who? For me, it's not so radical. What I'm doing is preparing my children to be as independent as possible for their future. Makes my life